Good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery with IIMFL and Smart Money Alliance. It's my pleasure to visit with you this beautiful Tuesday morning, December 8th, 2020. We get together most weekdays at this time, about a minute before 8 o'clock Central, with our distribution partners. And just note, we will not have a training tomorrow due to travel schedule, so no training on Wednesday, December 9th. However, when we do get together, which are most weekdays at this time, we talk about strategy, tips, techniques, success stories, and so forth with our distribution partners. And the way that this has evolved, we really have three primary types of distribution partners. We have affiliates, and an affiliate's a great role. It's free and easy, refer in, and really have no other responsibilities other than just getting paid, which is a pretty good deal. And we have real close to 4,000 affiliates total at this time. We have our joint venture incubator partners, and these are the leaders that are running their own joint venture small business incubator. We're doing a 50-50 revenue split with them from top to bottom. And it's a great way to be more involved because our joint venture incubator partners are actually working with clients. They're involved with financial literacy. They're involved with implementation, which is different than the affiliate, right? The affiliate just refers in and that's all they do, but get paid. And then we need to bring greater attention to the credit literacy educator. Credit literacy educators really are some of the most profitable of our distribution partners, and I'll describe why, because they're focused on this program you see right here, the Credit Boost. So what we're going to do is recap the Credit Boost proposition, what it is, why we offer it, how it works, and then we'll wrap up with talking about the financial rewards to you of helping us spread the word about it. Now, there's two different directions. So imagine a line going from the left to the right. And we could start from the left and go to the right, or we could start from the right and go to the left. What I mean by that is the Credit Boost program is an excellent standalone program. And I'll describe that and defend that, quite frankly. However, it can also be a door opener that allows us to extend the continuum to the right, whereby we end up working with people in more ways, especially in helping them with a general capital raise if they're an entrepreneur. In contrast, we have a lot of clients that come into us and they come in through the Capital Ready 3.0, like we talked about yesterday, or the no upfront cost access to capital, $100,000 guarantee. And then we start working with them and realize that they would benefit from the Credit Boost. So what's the point? People can enroll in Credit Boost standalone, or it might be a resource in helping them accomplish their larger capital raise goals. Here, we're going to talk about simple and easy, because not many things in life are simple and easy, but this really, really is. So the Credit Boost program was designed to help individuals rapidly improve their personal credit scores. This has nothing to do with business credit, nothing to do with Dun & Bradstreet, nothing to do with their Paydex scores. This has to do with their personal credit scores. We might ask, well, why are we in this space? Well, our mission for IIMFL includes that our responsibility, in addition to improving financial literacy, in addition to helping provide access to capital, we have a responsibility to improve credit literacy and improve credit scores. Because what you know and what I know is the strength of our credit will impact our access to capital. Do you have to have good personal credit to get access to capital for a small business? No, you do not. There are different sources of capital. Each have their own underwriting criteria. Some of them don't care about personal credit at all. But conversely, some do. So an intelligent person would probably say, well, I need to optimize my personal credit. No matter what has happened in the past, what kind of bumps I've hit, credit is fluid. We're never locked into where we're at. If we do good things, the score can go up. And conversely, if we do bad things, the score can go down. You and I are going to focus on helping them do good things, of course. So with that being said, why did we develop the Credit Boost program? we see so many, in addition to being part of our mission, we see so many individuals that have less than optimal personal credit, and they're not always satisfied with the resources that are available to them. We are not a credit repair program. Don't aspire to be one. This is not a credit repair program. This is primarily focused on adding new positive credit, which can result in a dramatic credit score increase in as little as 30 days. But to be conservative, we're going to say in a 30 to 60-day window. So what's the deliverable? We're going to help small business owners or individuals, either can participate, and we're going to help them increase their personal credit by an average of 100 points in a 30 to 60-day window. So secondary to that, if they have derogatory information, so what's the formula for optimizing credit? You add positive and remove negative. It's really that simple. Now, of course, the devil's in the details of how you do that. Credit Boost is focused on adding positive. Some of you are involved with helping with removing derogatories. That's fine. There's law firms that can help do that. That's fine. That's not what Credit Boost does. We certainly, if they need some help with some derogatories or just simply getting some inquiries off, we can point them in the right direction. But Credit Boost is not credit repair. It's adding new positive credit to jolt the credit profile. When we're adding positive credit, you need to understand that these are not AU accounts, not authorized user accounts. These are primary accounts. To add an authorized user account is not going to have the same impact on the credit profile as just piggybacking off of someone else's credit. So we're going to add primary trade lines, and typically, almost always, unsecured. Because it's pretty easy to go add secured, right? You could go down to your bank and say, here's $5,000. Please issue me a $5,000 secured Visa. And so now you have a new $5,000 primary secured trade line reporting to 3 bureaus. But it is secured, which may impact its credibility, but certainly it's tying up $5,000 of your money, which you may not prefer to do. So we're going to focus on primary unsecured trade lines to jolt the scores. There's different types of trade lines, but the bottom line is we're going to look at their credit profile and help them add revolving and in some cases installment to create a healthier profile. And for many, but not all, many of the participants of the Credit Boost program, they either have a thin file, so that they need more demonstrated responsible handling of credit, and also many of them have high revolving utilization. So we can water down that utilization by adding new high credit limit revolving accounts. It works perfectly. We have gone through the scrutiny, which included an on-site visit by an inspector, so we pull credit directly. We don't ask them to give us a privacy guard or Credit Karma login. We don't need or Identity IQ, none of that nonsense. We have delegated authority to pull, and it's a soft pull, so it doesn't affect the client's credit score. It doesn't count as an inquiry. We do a soft pull at the beginning to get a baseline, and then after the trade lines report, then we're able to do another soft pull and measure change, the delta, the improvement. And so that's the way that clients pay for the Credit Boost program. They don't pay anything up front. That's probably the last thing that most people want to do, is go throw hard-earned money at some credit resource, because most people have had less than optimal experiences paying in advance or paying monthly fees for credit repair, and it often hasn't worked. Again, we're not credit repair, but we're helping build their credit scores. So we'll include ourselves in the same bucket for a moment. So the point is, there's no upfront cost to the client. And then after the trade lines report, we're able to measure the improvement, and they pay based upon the improvement. What's awesome for you as a credit literacy educator and or an incubator manager. So our affiliates normally are not offering this. So this is an offering through our joint venture incubators or our credit literacy educators. Credit literacy educators and joint venture incubator managers make $5 per point of credit score increase. So let's do the math for a second. If we help the average client increase their personal credit scores by 100 points in 30 to 60 days, shouldn't ever be longer than that, could be a little bit less than that, just upon the time of the month they start in reporting cycles, you're making $5 times 100. You've made $500 by generating a lead, because you have no responsibility of doing the work. You have no responsibility of servicing the client. You've made $500 by helping the client get better credit, but simply through a referral. We will create a landing page for you, and I can show you what that looks like. So this is an example of a real landing page. Landing pages are designed to be simple, right? They're not busy. It has the tagline. It has an embedded YouTube video if they need a little bit more information. It collects just 3 pieces of information and it tracks to you. So a landing page doesn't have to ask, well, who referred you? We know who referred them because it's coded specifically to the URL that we've assigned for your unique landing page. There's a summary of benefits, and we're not even going to burden you with fielding questions. They can contact us for this. So other than making the introduction and feeding prospects into your landing page as a credit literacy educator, there's nothing else for you to do, and you're making on average $500 per client. So I won't lie to you. In small business, starting and operating and managing a small business is often not easy, and there can be risk involved. Being a credit literacy educator and driving people into the Credit Boost program is easy, and it's lucrative, and it doesn't require hardly any time. Now, you have to have some sort of marketing prowess, right? Because you do have to generate the leads. Now, we can give you leads list. Certainly educating should be part of that, going out and doing live or online education, teaching about credit, and we'll support you in that. You can do, but it's up to you as a credit literacy educator to generate the prospects. And again, we can give you list of people with bad credit. We can, train you and support you in education, but you can do online posting, however you want to do it. But that's your contribution in exchange for being paid $5 per point increase. So you might say, well, where's that coming from? So we charge the client based upon their credit score improvement. Nothing up front, nothing else, based upon the credit score improvement. And so I mentioned we do a soft pull using Experian FICO version 8. So we'll have a baseline, like we had a client yesterday. Reginald is his name. And so we were able to, in about 35 days, get him 121 point, I'm pulling from memory, but I think it was 121 point increase in his personal credit score. So we were able to demonstrate, okay, here was your baseline, here's where it is now, here's your Experian credit report numbers, right? So these aren't made up, these aren't manipulated, this is fact. And then we invoiced him off of that. And the referral source, again, receives $5 per point increase. I should be better at math than that. And again, I don't have his invoice in front of me, but let's assume that I'm remembering correctly, and it was 121 points. So find my calculator in my iPhone. So 121 times 5, $605 paid out to that referral source for simply dropping them in to the landing page. Now, in terms of the trade lines we're adding, these again are primary, almost always unsecured. So they'll stay on the credit report forever. This is not something fishy or gray of, oh, it's only going to report for 30 or 60 days. These are new primary trade lines. And so, Dion, thank you for that question. I mean, they're permanent trade lines. They're not purchase, they're primary. So I felt that today I needed to better reiterate the value proposition of this. And again, it can be used in a couple different ways. You can just simply take Credit Boost out to the marketplace, help people, whether they be individuals or small business owners, and earn a freaking great income on a very, very part-time basis. That's option one. Or you could use this to open up dialogue to feed people in to our other resources, such as into your incubator, if you're an incubator manager, into the Access to Capital program, if they also are a small business owner or looking for looking to start a small business. Understand that by taking them through the Credit Boost program, we increase their credit score, which is what we all are paid off of. But most importantly, the client now has better access to get a home, to get a home finance, auto financing, student loans, business loans, whatever, because obviously when you have a stronger credit profile, you have better access to capital. So after they complete the Credit Boost program, and as soon as 30 to 60 days, they most likely will qualify for a $10,000 credit card or so, because the bottom line is their credit profile is strong now, or stronger. So let's get to the questions that each of you have about the Credit Boost program, because some of you are very active in driving in a ton of volume, and then others aren't. And if there's anything that you wanted to be able to implement with limited time and frankly limited knowledge, this is probably it, because it doesn't get any simpler than this. So just because this is our topic of the day, this doesn't mean that we're not focused on access to capital and Capital Ready 3.0 and incubators and all that. This is just the topic of the day. And for those of you that are in a tight financial position, this very well could be your way out. And in fact, we have clients that come to us, small business owners that are in a very difficult position. They're not earning enough income right now. So sure, we can help them build their loan package and get prepared for funding. That's not a problem. But in some cases, they just need some earned income. Well, don't be hesitant to offer them, when you're talking to those types of individuals, hey, why don't you become a credit literacy educator? As a credit literacy educator, you can go out and teach about credit. You can make on average $500 per referral. And you may be very fortunate, but you take the average person, you put an extra $1,000 a week into their personal bank account, it makes a difference, right? And that'd be the equivalent of 2 referrals a week, of course. So let's get to your questions. Okay, so Dion's asking about becoming a credit literacy educator. So the credit literacy educator is included if you're an incubator manager. If not, we have a separate DocuSign that we'll send over. There's no upfront cost. There's no cost to be a credit literacy educator, but we do a background check. So there's a $99 background check fee that we need to cover, because those individuals need to cover our behinds, because credit literacy educators are going out and teaching about credit. And we just need to make sure that we're not sending, the next Bernie Madoff out to teach people about credit and money. So, what's your break even? If you're not an incubator manager, we do the background check, and you've more than made your money back off of your first deal. So the requirements, Dion, is simply to fill out on our page, on the inquiry form, that you're interested in being a credit literacy educator, and I can frankly show you that. So let's go over to the IIMFL website. And if we scroll all the way down, you'd obviously put your information in the inquiry form and say that I'm interested in becoming a credit literacy educator. Check that second to the bottom box, hit submit. We'll send over the DocuSign packet for them to review. They'll execute that. Then we'll create a landing page for them, just like this. This is a new landing page for Chamika Lang, one of our newest credit literacy educators. And we'll create also a flyer. And this is, I think, Chamika's, so this is Chamika's flyer. So it has her landing page embedded in it. All right, so let's see, who else has questions regarding the Credit Boost program or the focus of the credit literacy educator? So, this isn't meant to distract you, but we just need you to understand that a lot of people have credit issues, and most people, I think this is a true statement, I think most people will enroll in the Credit Boost program if you just simply help them understand the value proposition, that there is no upfront cost. They only pay based upon results. That's what people want, right? They want results and they don't want risk. Well, there's freaking no risk, right? Because you pay nothing and you only pay based upon the results. There's no risk. Now, is an extra 100 points enough? I got a question from Anthony. What if they need more than 100 points? Well, all we're saying is that typically we'll see an average of 100-point increase from the first round of trade lines that we add. Depending upon their credit profile, we could continue to build if needed. Different individuals have different starting points, and I respect that. Okay. Who else has questions about the Credit Boost program? Because again, this can be used as a door opener for your incubator or for the full access to capital or Capital Ready 3.0, or conversely, it can just be a standalone offering. But it's so lucrative. It's interesting. We got like Rashid. Rashid's a machine, right? 10 to 20 clients on most days he's feeding in to the Credit Boost program, 10 to 20 a day on many days. And then there's others that we see zero activity from. And so it's either because you don't understand it, and that's my fault, or B, you don't, I guess you don't appreciate it. I don't know. If you see credit profiles like we do on a daily basis, I'll assure you that many Americans have dinged up credit, and increasing their scores is going to help them have increased access to capital, whether it be, again, for a home, to get a job. I mean, a lot of jobs are pulling personal credit. All right, so let's see. Monique says, okay, so I can add people just as a standalone product. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for asking. And that's one of the goals that we had for today's discussion, is to clarify this can be a standalone program. And it also may, in fact, be a resource that we use for our clients that are in the full capital raise program, because this would help them accomplish that. All right, so we got a question. Can we use this to increase business credit? No, we have a different process, and maybe we'll talk about that a different day this week or soon, about how we help build business credit. But this is on the personal credit side, not on the business credit side. Thank you for the question. And Robert's asking a good question. So we start dropping out success stories like Rashid, and so different people have different strategies of getting the word out. Some will do online marketing. Some have a sphere of influence. Some will pay referrals. They'll go out and they'll market and say, hey, I'm a credit literacy educator. I work with this 501c3 nonprofit that has this program called Credit Boost. Do you have anyone, do you know anyone that might benefit from an average of an extra 100-point credit score increase in just 30 to 60 days with no upfront cost? If you refer someone over to me, you know what? I'll slide you $100. And so you can certainly, Robert, generate referrals by offering them just a simple referral fee. Now, we're not MLM, we're not network marketing, so you can't go recruit another credit literacy educator that recruits another one, and you have the Ponzi scheme. This is just a straight, you're making half of the income. We charge the client 10 points per credit score increase off of just one bureau, Experian, and you're paid half of that, $5. So if you wanted to use some of that $5 or predictably $500 per client and spend that for generating referrals, you certainly could, not required to do so. It's really up to you. As a distribution partner, we're doing all the work, we're doing the billing, we're doing the collections, we're paying you. All you need to do is generate the leads. And to generate the lead, you drop them into your landing page. Now, I wouldn't recommend just getting a list of people, and we've seen a few people try this. They'll get a list and they'll just drop 1,000,000 people, it seems like, in here. So now we're sending the DocuSign, the Credit Boost DocuSign to them, and you didn't educate them at all. You didn't teach them anything. You didn't share anything with them. If they didn't even put in their information here, obviously we're going to have a lower conversion rate. Now, can you do that? Can you put the prospect's information here? Of course. Number one, we wouldn't know the difference. And number two, maybe you consider that more convenient for the client. But there's psychologically a benefit of them putting this information in, because then they can't say, well, I don't know what this is. I didn't ask for this. This is spam. Well, of course not. We're not going to spam anyone. We're going to simply send them the DocuSign if this form is filled out. So just keep that in mind. If you want a higher conversion rate, you need to educate them first. That's why we call it credit literacy education. This YouTube right here will do just fine. And then second, and you can host live presentations of this, or just send them a link, or of course your landing page has it embedded. But the bottom line is, once we get these 3 fields of information, then we'll act on it. But it's not good business for you to just drop a bunch of people's names, phone numbers, and emails in here that you've not educated, that you've not created awareness of, because they're not going to be happy with you or us, because they think we're just harassing them or soliciting them, which isn't the design. We've got a great program through a 501c3 with no upfront cost. I mean, it's credible. So we don't want to partake in business practices that diminish that credibility. All right, other questions that anyone has regarding the credit boost or the role of the credit literacy educator? If not, I'll summarize. So the Credit Boost program is an important resource to help individuals and or small business owners improve their personal credit. We don't do credit repair. We add new positive primary trade lines. On average, we'll see a 100-point increase in 30 to 60 days, usually a lot closer to 30 days. You will make $5 per point increase, and we invoice them after the increases happen. So it's crystal clear. No one can say, oh no, my score didn't go up. Oh yes, it did. And here's how much. And here's the specifics. So there's no credibility or fuzziness. There's no minimum production. You could refer in 1 client a year, 1 client a month, 1 client a week, or as some of you are, multiple clients per day. And then also this can serve as a standalone offering, which helps people and generates great income for you. Or you can use this as a door opener to say, okay, great, let's help you with your personal credit, but let's talk about some of your other goals. Some of you are licensed insurance agents. I see Annette on here, Barry, Bruce. A number of you are licensed life insurance agents. Robert, Will, what a great door opener. So then you could go ahead and pivot over to a financial needs analysis. And so say, great, I understand that improving your credit is a priority of yours. We've got that set up. Now let's look at your other goals and aspirations. If we could sit down virtually or in person for a few minutes, I'd love to learn more about you and what you're wanting to accomplish. And it may be that they're a great candidate for your incubator or for the access to capital. Maybe they just need asset protection for those of you that are selling life insurance. This is an outstanding door opener. And the fact that there's no upfront cost it's going to be much easier to pivot them to an insurance policy sale if they're suitable and that's what their needs and wants are after you consult with them, because they haven't already spent money. What we know is if you ask the same person to spend money multiple times, they can kind of get a little edgy about that, right? Here, they have no upfront cost. You're generating quantifiable value to them. They're going to be typically going to be an open book for you to advise them on other ways, other problems of theirs that you can help them solve. So in summary, licensed insurance agents should become credit literacy educators without exception, because I don't think they're going to find a better door opener. Plus, we can provide them as many free leads as they want. Okay, any questions, comments, concerns anyone has over the Credit Boost program, which was our focus today? We will not have a training tomorrow on December 9th because of travel. We'll be back on Thursday, the 10th. Any questions, comments, concerns before we end today? Okay, Monique's got a question. So, correct, Monique, you're correct. And then, yes, Robert, you're a joint venture partner, so we can get you a landing page that looks just like Shamika's here. Of course, it'll be unique to you. So yes, Robert, we can do that. So any of you that are incubator managers that want a credit boost landing page, let us know. Anyone that's not an incubator manager, all you need to do is we'll get you set up as a credit literacy educator. We talked about how to submit that in here at the bottom of IIMFL. Let us know you're interested. We'll get you set up and we'll be off and rolling. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back here soon. We get together the same time, same place most days, just not tomorrow on December 9th due to travel. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.